Hello, guys. I'm Joshua Figueroa. This is Hoop Central, and today we are going to be talking about what is currently going on in the NBA. So, this is my first podcast. I'm trying to just figure out all the stuff that I need to do and how to be successful with this. But today we're going to be talking about who's going to win the NBA Finals. The series is tied 2-2. Me personally, I don't know. I have a really good feeling that the Pacers are going to win. I know that the Thunder are the higher seeded team and that they are doing really good this year, but I don't know. I'm just not sold on the whole thing of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I really think he's a great player, but I really don't enjoy his whole game as a whole. Because most of the time, it seems like he's just trying to get to the line, kind of like a prime James Harden. And I've never been a fan of Harden in his prime or Harden right now, to be 100% honest with you. Great player. Just don't like how he plays. But I think that Pacers and Halliburton have got this. I just think that they need to lock in and figure out how to not foul the free throw merchant. Anyway, um, so that's my spill on the whole Pacers versus Thunder. I know we're getting closer to the end of the season, so I'm also going to want to talk about like free agents and stuff. And the top free agents right now are LeBron, James Harden, Kyrie, Julius Randle, and Miles Turner are all free agents this year. And I don't know. I think LeBron will probably stay in LA. I think he might try to stay in a couple more years to play with his son, Bryce James, which I think he's going to be way better than what Bronny is. I've already seen some highlights of his, a lot of highlights of his, and he's really, really good. And I think he's definitely got NBA potential to be a really good player. But I don't know. But LeBron, I think he will stay with the Lakers. Harden, I don't know what his top team choices are or who's offering him the most money, but I think he's going to go where he can either win a championship or get the most money. Or maybe he'll return home and reunite with the Houston Rockets, and I think that'd be a cool thing because he is from there and he was really good there. Me personally, I used to live in Houston, Texas, for 5 years. I didn't get to see him play because he was already in. Where did he go? The Nets. Went to the Nets. That's where it was. He was already at the Nets, but I was watching the rebuild team with like John Wall. That was terrible. When I was there, I was with one of my friends. His name's Jordan, but we went and saw a game of the Rockets, and they were playing the Warriors. Curry was injured, I think is who it was. Yeah, the Warriors. And they got smoked out by like 60 points. We left in the third quarter. That's crazy. But no, I don't know. I think James Harden might try to reunite or just ring chase, to be honest. Um, Kyrie Irving, I think he's going to. I don't know. He just came off tearing his ACL, and he says he's going to come back and play basketball, and I hope that he can come back and be the same player because he's a really entertaining person to watch play the game. But I don't know. I think he will stay with Dallas and try to win. But I don't know, honestly. He could leave too to try to get a ring, another one before the end of his career. But he's a dominant player, and I think any team would be lucky to have him. Julius Randle is staying with the Timberwolves. He's not going to leave. I think him and Ant Man are going to have a phenomenal season next year. I am personally an Ant Man fan. I love how he plays the game. He reminds me of like a Kobe or a Michael. I am a Bulls fan. Yeah, it's been rough for me because Bulls fucking suck, and I'm getting tired of watching them take L's. They didn't even make it to the play-in tournament this year. But I digress. It's fine. Hopefully we can get moving again or get to the playoffs again. I mean, because we traded away Zach, traded away DeMar, and then we tried, because they didn't work. We paid them so much fucking money, and they didn't do shit. They suck. Like, and they're not sucky players. It's just that I don't know. They're old, and we just didn't have enough supporting cast. for the team that we were trying to build, and Vucevic, trade him. We need to get rid of him. But again, I digress. I'm not talking about the Bulls today because I could rant on for hours about how the fuck they suck and that they just don't listen or do like anything smart with picks or trades. But anyway, Julius, I think he's gonna stay with the Timberwolves, and I think they could be a very deadly team next season. They did really good this year, but I think they can win a finals very, very soon and win the championship, not the final, but win the championship. Miles Turner is also a free agent. I think if they win the championship, he's staying in Indiana with Tyrese, Pascal, and they're gonna be a big three. But I don't know. I think even if they lose, he'll stay there because they've already gotten to the finals and they're a very young team. And I think the sky's the limits for the Pacers. I hope that they can win in the finals. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I'm gonna check something. But I am pretty sure that the series is tied. Yeah, the series is still tied 2-2. So I mean, it's anybody's game. But I don't know. I would really like to see. I don't know, because I like how the Pacers play. I like how it's more of a team-oriented game. And I mean, Shea's a good player too. And I used to like OKC Thunder when Durant was there. Then he left, so I mean, I kind of followed Durant for a little bit. I was I was more of a fan of players than I was a team. I've always been a fan of the Bulls, but they just seem to disappoint. Anyway, so yeah, the series is tied 2-2. The game is, I think it's, when is it? Today at 7:30. I'm going to watch either the whole game or watch the highlights of the game, and then I'll probably upload a video tomorrow or the next day talking about what happened, and maybe we'll watch the highlights on it so that we can talk about it, and I'll tell you my opinion on who had the upper hand and everything like that. But everyone knows that whoever wins this game has the momentum. So it's going to be hard for whichever team to lose or whichever team loses to try to win another one and another one to win that series when the other team has to win one. But let's check the stats on the players and see who's been really going off. I haven't really been in tuned with the basketball world recently just because of my team hasn't been in the finals, so I've just been very away from basketball. But I mean, I want to get back into it, but I don't know. Just trying to pull up the stats for what they've been averaging. So Shea has been averaging 30 points in the postseason with 6.3 assists. How many free throw attempts has he had? No, I'm fucking around. He's a great player. So Shea's averaging 30 a game, which is honestly, I expect that out of him. I said 2 years ago that Shea would be the MVP, and then Jokic took the MVP because he was averaging a triple-double season again. And I'm proud of Shea that he finally did win it, but I don't know if it was deserved because, I mean, I know that as like NBA people do when they vote for MVP, that they get bored of seeing the same thing over and over and over again about like Westbrook, for example. Westbrook has done triple-double seasons before. I'm not saying now, but in his past, and he didn't win the MVP 2 years in a row when he did it like that. They gave it to Harden, I'm pretty sure, 1 year before him, and then he won it the next year. But I mean, it is what it is. But no, I'm proud of Shea and that his team is doing really good and that they might win. But I mean, Jalen Williams has also been improving a lot. He's a really good player. I didn't think that I'd see him become this good. But I mean, he's averaging 20 in the playoffs. It's really good. Solid player. Ed is averaging 15.9. Chet needs to average more. He was supposed to be like this star player, kind of like Wembanyama. And I just don't see it. I mean, 15.9. I mean, he's 7'4", and he only gets 8.7 rebounds a game. That's not the best. Russo, I liked him because he used to play for the Bulls, and I also like him because my dad went to A&M, and that's where he went to school, and he knew his dad, and yeah, so cool little story that my dad and his dad went to college together, and he also went there, and he holds like the records for most points and assists uh, throughout the whole school's franchise. He did play all 4 years there, but it's pretty good. But I mean, the Thunder's core is the only ones really scoring anything. I mean, their role players are doing pretty good too, but I mean, I don't know. Let's look at the Pacers stats real quick. All right, let's take a look. So they're second in their division. Let's see the postseason stats. Sorry, man, it's really fucking slow. So their point leader is Siakam at 20.6. I remember when he was on Toronto and they beat the Warriors in 2018-19 season. I was kind of a Warriors fan. I was more of like a Durant fan because I was following him, because Durant's my favorite, or one of my favorite players, because of how dominant he is and no one can guard him. But yeah, they kicked their ass in that season because everyone was injured, and including Durant tore his ACL. But anyway, Siakam is averaging 20.6. That's pretty good numbers. Halliburton's averaging 9.3 assists a game. That's really good. He's almost averaging a double-double with points and assists. And he only gets 2.4 turnovers per almost 10 assists a game. That's pretty goddamn good. That's good as shit. Then they have a really good supporting cast. I mean, Miles is averaging 15, sorry. Neesmith is averaging 13.2. Andre Nembhard is averaging 12.4. And Benedict Mathurin is averaging 11.11. I mean, they have some really good role player in the supporting cast, but I think they're just better team-oriented ball. Like, when I was looking at the Thunder, Shea was averaging, like 5 or 6 assists, while Tyrese is the point guard on his team, and he's averaging 9. I think they're a better unit. I think they're better together, and I think it takes a team to win and not just one or two players that they have on their side of the ball for OKC. And I'm not a hater. OKC is a really good team. I don't know. I don't see them winning. I don't. But I guess we will see, But I don't know. I'm not sold on the whole fact that they are get on a schedule. But I'm not too sure, when I'm going to, upload my next video. I mean, it'll probably be shortly after the Game 5. So probably, if not, alright. I'm not going to do this the whole time, but you guys see what I mean by getting nothing but foul calls. This dude reminds me of a prime James Harden. This dude gets nothing but foul calls. He didn't even get touched. He leaned into, I think that's Neesmith or Nembhard. I'm not sure who that is. But like I said, he leans into him just to, Neesmith, sorry. It's Neesmith. He leans into him to draw contact, and no one even fucking touched him. And then he gets 2 free throws. That's crazy to me. But alright. Almost 90% from the free throw line there in the playoffs is good. And Halliburton reminds me of, like, Steve Nash caliber player, because Nash never really averaged over, like, 20 points. Well, yeah, never really averaged over 20 points a game, but he would have a double-double average. And I or maybe a John Stockton, but I mean, he's a way better scorer than Stockton is. No offense to Stockton, he was a great player, but different eras. That was good defense. And I hear some people they compare Shea and Kobe. I can see glimpses of it, but from an athleticism standpoint, Shea is not as athletic as Kobe. He does have the kind of mid-range bag or the post-game bag, but I wouldn't say that he's anywhere near Kobe's athleticism or type of play style. Good defense. That was not a foul, but okay. NBA's kind of weak now. Oh, he airballed that. I thought he cooked that motherfucker. Thought Holmgren got his ass fucking obliterated on national TV. He cooked his ass. Both teams are very underrated in the defensive part of the game. They seem like they are playing very aggressive. I know it's in the finals, but, I'm just, saying, they seem to play both very suffocating defense. Oh, all right. Sorry about that, guys. So, I lost connection for a second there. Let me try to get this fixed real quick. Hold on. All right, yeah, there we go, guys. Sorry about that. Gotta hit it. Nope. Oh, I forgot about Benedict Mathurin. I think he's a really good player. I don't know. Let me shut the hell up. He just missed 2 free throws in a row in the finals. Oh my. Okay, well, let me reiterate this. He is a good player. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he just hasn't developed as much as I thought he would. I thought he would be like a 20, 25 points per game player when I first saw him come into the league, and then he just really hasn't developed that much. Who knows? Maybe next season he could have a standout season. He needs to steal off the inbound. Oh, Jesus. Jay Williams on Mathurin. What the fuck? How are you in the NBA and you miss free throws? You should be able to hit free throws at a consistent basis. It's a free throw. What the fuck? What kind of dumb shit is that? How the hell do you not capitalize on that? He just sold 4 points and they would have been tied if he would have hit all those free throws. He missed all of them. They're really good defensively. The Indiana Pacers are really good at defense. And that's the game. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of. I don't know. You know, with how the Pacers played there, if they play like that, they will definitely not win the finals. That is kind of disappointing game because they have either went to overtime or gotten it way closer than up by, I think they were 4 or 6 points by the end of it. And Benedict Mathurin should have hit those free throws. He missed 3 free throws in a row. He just made all 4 of those, they would have been in the game, and maybe it would have turned out different. But that's it for this first episode of Hoop Central with Joshua Figueroa. And I hope to see you guys more. Give me your comments and feedback on how you think I am doing and how I did on my first time, and comment or email me on what we should talk about in our next video. All right, see you guys.